Good morning, children. In this video, we'll discuss about the quantum mechanical model of an atom and Schrodinger wave equation. Now, when you observe the Bohr's model explains the drawbacks of Rutherford model, but unable to explain some that we discuss now here. The first one, the Bohr's model of an atom treats electron as charged particle. Bohr's model treats electron as what? Charged particle. Moving in well-defined path of circular orbits, isn't it? The electrons are moving in well-defined path of circular orbits around the nucleus. So its path can be defined if its position and momentum can be known exactly at the same time. For example, if you have any path like this, around which electron is moving, then at same time, isn't it, if it is having what, a path like this, well defined boundaries are there. So it is having what, well defined boundary there. If it is having well defined boundaries there, it is impossible to, isn't it, it is possible to determine both position and momentum of electron. But in truth, what is happening, it is impossible to find exact position and exact momentum simultaneously. Okay, so this is the one of the drawback actually. Bohr is saying that the orbits in which electron revolves, they are actually well-defined boundaries. If they are well-defined boundary, definitely we can easily find both position and momentum of electron at a time. That is not happening. So this is the one of the failure. This is not possible according to Heisenberg principle. The model should account for dual nature of matter and should be consistent with Heisenberg uncertainty principle. It should compulsory exhibit Heisenberg uncertainty principle here. Next, what is quantum mechanical model of an atom? So generally, if you observe classical mechanics, which is based on Newton's law of motion, is applicable for macroscopic objects, large size objects due to particle nature. So this explains what actually objects. That means what happened? Particle nature of matter. While it fails in case of microscopic properties. When you take like electron, proton, which are actually microscopic particles, isn't it? They could not be explained by the classical mechanical model. Classical mechanics ignores the concept of dual nature of matter, especially for subatomic particles and the uncertainty principle. So when you observe this classical mechanics, it completely ignoring what actually dual nature, both particle nature and wave nature. Particle and wave nature, isn't it? That is what completely neglected. Dual nature is neglected, especially for subatomic particles. It is explaining the particle nature of our large size particles and neglected what actually microscopic particles, small size particles like electron, protons, neutrons. Like what do you mean by quantum mechanics now? Classical mechanism is not explaining what is meaning of this quantum mechanics. A theoretical science that deals with study of the motions of the micro objects. Okay. This is the theoretical science that deals with the study of the motions of microscopic objects, especially like electrons, proton type of objects, which have both particle nature and wave nature. Now, quantum mechanics studies what? Microscopic objects, isn't it? And they are studying both particle nature and wave nature. Both are studied under what? Quantum mechanics, isn't it? The classical mechanics neglected what actually? Microscopic objects here. Fundamental equation of quantum mechanics, which was developed by Erwin Schrodinger. Schrodinger actually developed this concept and he got the Nobel Prize in 1933. Now this equation, which incorporates wave particle duality of matter as proposed by de Broglie, isn't it? This equation incorporates wave particles, duality of matter as proposed by the de Broglie is quite complex and knowledge of higher mathematics is needed to solve it. To solve this based upon the, isn't it, quantum mechanics, we need what? Higher mathematics to solve these expressions actually. Now, what is that expression given by the Schrodinger equation? See, dou square psi. This is called dou square psi by dou x square plus dou square psi by dou y square plus dou square psi by dou z square plus 8 pi square m by h square e minus v into psi is equal to 0. Now, this is called what? Schrodinger equation. This is called what? Schrodinger equation. Now, given something h into psi is equal to e is equal to psi. Now, what are these actually? H is equal to, we can also write s square by 8 pi square m into dou square psi by dou x square plus dou square psi by dou y square plus dou square psi by dou z square plus v actually. So this is the equation given. This one you need to remember for examination point of view in multiple choice question. What is Schrodinger equation only? They will ask only, you need to remember this equation. So this you study only in the higher level. So in this 11th class, we don't have derivation part, everything here. Let me see what are these things actually. H is called mathematical operator called Hamiltonian, which is total energy operator. Generally, we call this one, isn't it? E is called what eigenfunction we can call, and remaining also let me see here. Remaining x-axis, y-axis, z-axis. M is what? Mass of electron, energy, velocity of electron, isn't it? These are the remaining terms we are using. Now, what is this psi? Psi and everything. Let me see now. We'll discuss now psi. Okay, this is no need for us. Leave it this one here. Hydrogen atom and the Schrodinger equation, if you observe. When Schrodinger equation is solved for hydrogen atom, the solution gives possible energy levels that the electron can occupy and corresponding wave functions of the electron associated with each energy level here. So whenever what happens, Schrodinger equation is solving this hydrogen atom, single electron species, the solution gives the possible energy levels, the energy levels that electron can occupy, and corresponding wave function of the electron is called psi, isn't it? The wave function is called what? Psi, isn't it? This is nothing but called a possible energy level. What is psi here? A possible energy level where electron actually revolves. That is you're calling as wave function. These quantized energy states and corresponding wave functions, which are characterized by a set of 3 quantum numbers: principal quantum number n, azimuthal quantum number L, and magnetic quantum number M, arise as a consequence in the solution of a Schrodinger equation. So we will discuss these quantum numbers in the next topic. Quantum numbers are nothing but what? Solutions of what actually? Schrodinger equation. These quantum numbers we are getting N, L, M from the Schrodinger equation actually. So the quantum mechanical results hydrogen atom successfully predict all the axes of hydrogen atomic spectrum, including some phenomena that could not be explained by the Bohr's atomic model. Whatever not demerits of the Bohr's model that can be explained by the quantum mechanical model by considering the hydrogen, isn't it, atom. Schrodinger wave equation cannot be solved exactly for multi-electron. When you get what more than 2 electrons, isn't it? Then what happened? We are getting some contradictions there, so unable to solve many number things actually. Hydrogen and hydrogen-like species like helium plus lithium plus 2, energies of the orbitals depends upon the n value, isn't it? While in the case, it depends upon the n and L values, okay? So it depends upon what n and L values here. So wherever if you take hydrogen-like species here, what happened? The orbits depends upon n value and L. N is nothing but one energy shell, orbit number only. L we get in the next topics. The next slide we get that L values actually. Next, important features of the quantum mechanical model. This is what, somewhat examination point of view, important features if you see. It is based on Schrodinger wave equation. Whatever we are getting quantum mechanical model, that is based upon what? Schrodinger wave equation. The energy of electrons in atom is quantized when electrons are bound to the nucleus in atoms. So whenever energy of electron is bound in the nucleus, no, the energy of the electron always will be quantized, isn't it? an integral multiple of an integer. Existence of quantized electronic energy levels is the direct result of the wave-like properties of electrons and are allowed solutions of Schrodinger wave equation, isn't it? Whatever the quantized electronic energy levels which are exist, the direct how they got because of what Schrodinger wave equation. The solutions of Schrodinger wave equation actually developed what actually quantum energy levels actually. Both exact position and exact velocity of an electron in atom cannot be determined simultaneously. This is nothing but called here Heisenberg uncertainty principle here. For next feature, if you observe here, an atomic orbital wave function psi represents the state of an electron in an atom. Okay, where electron is located, where that state of electron is represented by psi, that is nothing but called wave function of an atomic orbital. What is wave function of atomic orbital? Nothing but what psi is called what wave function of atomic orbital. Whenever an electron is described by a wave function, we say that electron occupies that energy level. So we are saying what wave function means, what that electron is occupying the energy level of what actually atomic orbital of wave function. Nothing but what happened, location of electron. The psi is actually represented what actually location of electron. Nothing but here psi it is. Since such many wave functions are possible for an electron, as many energy levels are possible in atom for an electron. So how many wave functions if you have for electron? So that depend upon how many energy levels you're having. If you have more energy levels, what happen will here more number of wave functions. These wave functions from the basis of the electronic structure of atom. How we are getting wave functions here? That depends upon the structure of atom, electronic structure of what atom actually. Atomic wave function cannot contain more than 2 electrons. So for example, atomic wave function is nothing but an atomic orbital. So in that we are having only 2 electrons. So each wave function will have only 2 electrons. 1 and 2 electrons it may have here. In multi-electron atoms, the electrons are filled in various orbitals in the order of increasing energy. So when you are filling the electrons, what happen? How you have to fill? From low energy level to what? High energy level you have to fill. Okay, from lower sign to higher sign, from lower energy level to higher energy you have to fill the electrons here. Psi square is the very important. This is very important. Psi square is the probability of wave function which gives maximum of finding electron in certain three-dimensional space around the nucleus is called orbital. So what is psi square? Very simple. The probability of finding electron, in the orbital, isn't it? In the orbital is nothing but called what? Isn't it? Psi square. In examination, what they ask? What is psi square? Very simple. Probability of finding electron in orbital around the nucleus is called what? Psi square, isn't it? This is important for you. Now that can be represented very D is equal to 4 pi r square dr psi square, isn't it? Where D is called what? Radial probability of electron. Now psi accepts solutions of wave equation are called eigen wave function and are given by symbol called psi, isn't it? So nothing but it's a wave function. It is acceptable solutions to the wave function which are physically possible or meaningful must satisfy the certain conditions. So whatever the acceptable solutions we are getting, that should satisfy certain conditions. These are called boundary conditions and our psi must be continuous. Whatever the psi wave function must be continuous, wave function must be single value, and finally it must be finite, isn't it? It should not be infinite, it should be finite value. The probability of finding the electron in overall space from minus infinity to plus infinity to minus infinity must be equal to 1. The probability of finding the electron in overall space must be what happened? 1 only. That it should be from plus to minus. I cannot take a positive above the axis, negative below the axis, 0 values along the axis here. So above the axis, psi can take what? Positive. Below the axis, psi can take negative, and along the axis it will take what? 0. If it is axis, what happen? Above it will take positive, below it will take negative, here it will take 0 values here. The probability of finding electron at a point in space whose coordinates or x, y, and z is given by psi square here. So psi square is nothing but called probability of finding the electron is what? Maximum is called what? Psi square. So x axis where electron is probability is there. Y axis electron probability is there. So where on z axis electron probability is there. So based upon if you say what x axis, so x axis you are having more number of electrons, isn't it? Psi square is always positive only. We don't have any negative value for the psi square. Only psi will have this type of negative and positive. It indicates the electron probability around the nucleus. It describes the orbital. Psi square is nothing but called an orbital only, where probability of finding the electron is what? Maximum. If psi square is maximum, that means that region has the highest electron density. In that region, probability of finding the electron is maximum, such as a region called orbital. So wherever psi square is, what is the meaning of psi square? Psi square means what? Maximum probability of finding the electron, where electron density is there. For example, this is the nucleus. Here what happened? We're getting maximum probability of electron density is there here. Now this is what here? Psi square, where maximum probability of electron density is there. Now this region is having what? More amount of electron probability. You can see more electrons here only. So this is called what? Actually orbital we can call. Orbital is nothing but called maximum, wherever the space where we can see easily electrons, maximum probability of finding electron is there, that is called what? Orbital. When psi square is 0, in that region probability of finding electron is 0. So one of example is psi square is 0. Here we don't have any electron. Now psi square is equal to what? 0. Means what? If we don't have any electron in this space, the probability of finding electron is what here? 0. Such region is called what? Nodal surface, nodal plane, or node. Node means what? Actually opposite to the orbital. Orbital is nothing but probability of finding the electron is maximum 95%. Here, probability of finding the electron is 0%. That is called what? Node or nodal plane, nodal surface. Wherever the psi square is 0 means what? Probability of finding the electron is 0. That are called nodes. Nodes can be angular and nodes can be radial. That we discuss in the next slides. Radial nodes appear between the energy levels. So this radial nodes only appear in energy levels only. That we discuss in the next last slides. We get this one actually. What is the address of electron in the house of an atom? If an atom is a house, what is the address of electron? Quantum numbers will address the electron. So if you know the quantum numbers, we can easily find the address of the electron here, isn't it? For finding the address of a home, what will take? House number, street number, city road numbers, and the city pin code. That for house to identify. For electron, what happened? Quantum numbers will address the electrons. If you know the quantum number, we can easily find electrons here. Quantum numbers, first of all, is what? N, nothing but principal quantum number, nothing but energy shell, nothing but orbit. Next, L denotes Elgamal quantum number. Here we're going to have orbitals will be there. The name also called subsidiary quantum number or orbital angular momentum also we can call here. C is nothing but what? Magnetic quantum number. So these are the three quantum numbers we'll discuss in the next slide. So we'll discuss in this topic. So generally these topics are highly advanced topics. Which one? Schrodinger wave equation. So just you remember what Schrodinger wave equation. What is Schrodinger wave equation? Like what is psi, what is psi square, and what is node. These are enough for your examination point of the remaining, which are not very, very important.